So we got a comment from Brad Lewis from our previous video saying, bro, start off by telling us how you started your journey and what are your goals. You know what? And I said to myself, I'm going to answer this in this video, but I do not want to answer it in a way where it feels like it's been scripted. So I'm going to be raw, authentic as much as possible. If I miss any details, don't worry. There'll be a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, maybe even a sixth video. So let's go. Welcome back to Nesian Kulture. My name is Feeros and my wife Susan is not here. Are you serious? I'm trying to do a video and my alarm comes on. Sorry guys. As I was saying, my name is Feeros and my wife Susan is not here. So I'm going to be telling my side of the story of how we started the journey. Well, how I started the journey and how we got here was back just after COVID. And I think it was 2021. I had to work 2 jobs. And I was working for those 2 jobs for over a year, just over a year. And I literally could not handle working 2 jobs anymore. Because I was missing out on a lot of things, especially my kids' time. And my kids were like missing me so much. Every time I got home, man, they were jumping on me and I could tell from their face how much they missed me. And this was the years that were the most important for the kids. And I said to my wife, Susan, we can't keep doing this. We literally can't keep doing this. Well, I can't because I was the one doing it. So I said to my wife, we need to do something different. And my wife already had something going, Nesian Kulture 0.1, I would call it. She wanted to do something and she told me her story and what she wanted to do. And she was doing this way before me. And she just never had that support. And I said, you know what? I support you. Let's try it. So we went ahead with trying it. We said, let's open up something in our business. And we had a goal of 10 years. We said in 10 years, we are going to be global. So we've come up with Nesian Kulture. And we still fight till today who came up with that name. And I am telling you, I came up with that name. I don't care, man. I came up with that name. To be honest, I have no clue if I did or not. But I'm just adamant I did. Being stubborn about it. So we came up with that name. Well, someone did, and I had the system side of things. I knew how to do things on social media. TikTok just came out, and I wasn't great at being at the camera, but I was much better and less shy than my wife. And she had the Pacific Island side. As she's a Pacific Islander, she's a Tongan. And she took care of that side of things. And she explained everything to me. Every time I did a video, how cultural appropriation and all the stories behind all the designs and everything that came along with it. And I said, let's put 1 and 2 together and let's make things happen. This is where it got interesting. So as we were progressing in Nesian Kulture, we weren't really making any major progressions in Nesian Kulture until me and my wife, well, to be honest, she's probably gonna hate me for this, but to be honest, I came up with this idea because I said, let's make a work shirt. And I made a work shirt and I put all the not all the Polynesian flags, but I said, let's put the main Polynesian flags on the shirt as our work shirt. And then put Nesian Kulture at the front, you know, and just, that's it. That's our work shirt. So at least when we wake up, let's put the work shirt on and see what happens, you know, like at least we have some sort of feeling, you know, you want to have a good feeling. You're at home, waking up, put your work shirt on, put something on, you know, go downstairs. It's like you're doing something in the first place. And yeah, so we did that. And I told my wife, I remember that day, and I said to my wife, let's just post it. And she told me no. She told me no. She can answer this in her video, but she definitely told me no. And I said, you know what? What do we got to lose? Let's post it. We've been doing this for 6 months. Nothing's really moving. So I posted the video. And if I can find the video, I'll put it up here. And I posted it and I woke up the next morning and it went viral. The video literally took off. And I was like, what in the world's going on? The amount of comments I got, mostly positive, but then we had some negative, and then we had some islands that were missing. And this is where the idea was born. And it wasn't just some islands, it was a lot of islands. And this is where the idea was born when we created the limited drop flags. And we sold out, so we created the drop, and we sold out within 2 days. And we were quite surprised on how much people wanted this. And we ended up making the Polynesian, the Melanesian, and the Micronesian flags, because we did not know there was a Micronesian and a Melanesian side of things. Not just Polynesian, there was Melanesian and Micronesian. And then once we started targeting the polys, the melas, and the micros, and we became this one big thing, we became one family, many islands. We brought this togetherness. We brought this togetherness for the islands that they needed. And once that came along, the rest is history. Well, the rest is not history, we're still going. But what I'm trying to say is, we stayed consistent with the things that we were doing. We were doing everything daily, whether it was working, not working, we just kept doing everything every day, putting in the effort, no matter what the result was. And we still do this till today. No matter what the result is, we still do the same thing. We do extras, we do as much as we can and I'll give you an example, right? I'll do a video, it'll flop. I'll do another video, it'll flop. I'll do another video, it'll flop. I'll do another 10 videos, it'll flop. They'll flop. I'll do another 10 on top of that. It'll still flop. And then till one connects. That's all you need to do. It's not about the 99 failures that you've done. It's about that one. But if you can get through the 99, you'll get to that one. But you just can't give up. The key is not to give up and stay consistent to what you believe in. So that's some sort of the story of how we started our journey. That's my side of the story, and Susan will tell her side of the story when she can, because my wife Susan is shy and she doesn't like to get behind the camera too much. But I am encouraging her to do so and trying to help her, guide her to get in front of the camera more often. But that's all good. Now, what is our goal? I'm going to leave that to another video. But what do you think, guys, about our journey? Or what is your journey, guys? Leave us a comment. Tell us something that's really important to you that stood out in your journey. This is the answer, or part of the answer of how we started our journey. If there's anything else you guys would like, please leave us a comment below. And peace out from Nesian Kulture. My name is Feeros, and let's go.